Beneath the waves lives a mysterious creature, older than the dinosaurs. Octopus. So incredibly alien, changing color in an instant, shape-shifting into almost anything. They are the planet's true masters of disguise. Now we're discovering they are one of the most intelligent beings on the planet. 2 years immersed in their world reveals they use tools.
I felt completely shocked at the level of sophistication that I was witnessing.
Think creatively. Communicate with other species. And maybe even dream.
I wonder sometimes if the octopuses are dreaming about me, wondering what I am, who I am.
We're just beginning to understand what they have to tell us.
I have just had a conversation with an octopus.
Deep beneath the ocean's surface, a female giant Pacific octopus guards her eggs inside a hidden cave. She won't leave them, even to eat. They need her protection. She's been caring for them for over 7 months, slowly starving to death. Keeping her baby safe will be the last thing she'll ever do. This tiny octopus, about the size of a grain of rice, will head out into the world alone, never knowing its mother or siblings. Octopuses are nature's ultimate loners, or so scientists thought. National Geographic explorer Dr. Alex Schnell has spent years studying animal psychology. She believes octopuses are more social than we realize.
When you spend time with an octopus, you get the feeling that they're as curious about you as you are about them.
Over many hours of diving in northern Australia, she's gained the trust of a shy female day octopus.
There was a moment between us where she must have decided that I wasn't a threat to her and let me follow her around.
Alex has even given her a name.
She'd had a little scar below her eye, and that's how I named her Scarlet.
Although she might accept Alex, octopuses like Scarlet are usually wary of their own kind.
They're essentially lone rangers. In fact, octopuses that bump into each other will often either mate, eat each other, or both.
So when another day octopus approaches Scarlet, Alex is concerned.
I was so nervous. Because you never know how these things are going to turn out.
They size each other up. Both darken their skin color. Often a sign of aggression. Scarlet needs to work out what the intruder wants. And there's only one way to do that.
The really strange thing about day octopuses is that they have to touch each other to figure out what the other one wants.
Scarlet uses her suckers, 25 times more sensitive than a human fingertip, to shake hands with the stranger. He's a male, looking for a mate. Scarlet's not interested, but he won't give up. Scarlet's in trouble. If he gets his arms tight around her, she could be suffocated.
It was such a relief to watch her break free.
With social interactions so dangerous, it's easy to see why an octopus like Scarlet would choose to be alone. But she seems perfectly content to hang out with Alex.
I can form a social bond with an octopus. So maybe this idea that they're complete loners isn't true.
There's growing evidence that octopuses are using their intelligence to weigh up who to get close to. They're not antisocial, just discerning, especially when it comes to the opposite sex. To understand how octopuses choose who to spend their time with, we need to look at their dating habits. In Indonesia, the love life of one octopus is helping to rewrite the rule book on their relationships. Trapped in his den by low tide, this male algae octopus can't wait to be free. Because when the water rises, he goes looking for romance. Since he only comes out of his den a few hours a day, he needs to fast-track it. Luckily, his zip code means mates aplenty. But all the local octopuses are making the most of high tide. It's octopus speed dating. It's a social situation so unusual. Marine biologist Dr. Christine Hufford has been studying it for 2 decades.
The algae octopus interact frequently, many times a day. But the more I watch the algae octopus, the more questions I have about what really drives these social interactions.
Could this closely packed arena be the reason algae octopuses break the mold when it comes to socializing? The young male has spotted a female, but a more experienced striped rival gets there first. His extended arm is an open invitation to mate. Our young male is prepared to fight for her. The males wrestle, each of their 8 arms moving independently. It's the ultimate showdown. But it's more than just a physical fight. It's intelligence gathering.
It learns its rank among the other neighbors around it and what resources it might be able to take, what it can get away with behaviorally, what it needs to fight for.
These octopuses are not only living together, they're getting smarter because of it. It's social learning. And scientists didn't know wild octopuses could do it. The young male is still on his quest for love. But now he's got a new strategy. Best to go for a female who's not already taken. He starts the conversation. His tens of thousands of color-changing skin cells send a message. Scientists call this passing cloud display. Her reply looks promising. He moves in.
He sticks up his papillae over his eye, which is a little finger-like fleshy projection. He looks as big as he can be. It's got a white background with a big black stripe that says, "I will either fight you or mate with you."
His come-on has done the trick. He extends his specialized mating arm. Its modified tip will deliver a packet of sperm if he can just find the right spot. Nope, still not it. But she's getting impatient and hungry. He's gotten this far. So if she wants to go hunting, he'll hang on. Mating on the move. It's been a steep learning curve for this little guy. But his decision to interact with others, whether fighting, communicating, or mating, has made him smarter and more successful. But is the algae octopus a one-off? Christine thinks not.
We might learn that there are other social octopuses out there, that it's maybe not as uncommon as we think.
Algae octopuses are forced to interact. But there are places where octopuses choose to come together. Over 100 miles off the coast of Costa Rica, and nearly 2 miles beneath the surface of the ocean, in one of the most extreme environments on Earth, a team of scientists made a remarkable discovery. A brand new species. Nicknamed the Dorado octopus, but so new to science, they're yet to be given an official name. And they didn't just find a few. They found over 100. Almost all are females, caring for their eggs. This is one of only 4 deep-sea octopus nurseries known to exist on our planet. What attracts so many moms-to-be to this particular spot? A deep-sea spring, where warm water flows out of cracks in the sea floor, speeding up the development of their eggs. Being so close to each other is a price worth paying. These moms will be down here together for almost 2 years as their babies grow. Each tiny hatchling a symbol of their mutual tolerance. Scientists believe more sites like this remain undiscovered. There could be thousands of octopus putting their differences aside to secure the next generation. But what happens when octopuses of different species meet? Dr. Alex Schnell has heard that underneath this unassuming pier, something highly unusual is happening. The action happens at night.
I only have the tiny light from my torch to guide me. You have this eerie feeling as you're moving through the water. I noticed two little eyes popping out. And it's a pale octopus. She comes out and we have this wonderful moment where her suckers touch my gloved hand. That felt like she was inviting me to go on a swim with her.
The pale octopus leads Alex to an upcycled artificial reef created by divers. It may not look like much, but it offers octopuses everything they need to feel at home. They are everywhere, peeking back at Alex from every cubbyhole. But that's not the only thing that caught Alex's attention.
Normally I'd see about one or two octopuses, and they're usually of the same species. But down here you have about 100 individuals of 5 different species. And they're all just living together. From octopuses as small as a golf ball to octopuses as big as a beach ball. That is an extraordinary octopus oasis down there with several species coexisting.
Great real estate may have attracted so many octopuses here. But it doesn't explain how animals that would normally fight, even kill each other, are living harmoniously.
I've got a theory that might help explain what we're seeing here. We've got 5 different species with very different personalities. The Maori, one of the largest species in the world, is quite shy. And then a really tiny octopus, the southern keeled, has a lot of sass. It's a perfect mix of personalities for them all to coexist.
So perhaps, just like us, sometimes it's their differences that allow them to get along. In this thriving octopolis, they've learned to defy their instincts and live peacefully with their neighbors. Octopuses are smart enough to choose companionship when it counts. But are there any limits to who they'll cooperate with? Alex's favorite loner, Scarlet, is out hunting on the reef. And she's not the only one. A coral trout, growing up to 3 feet long and weighing 3 times as much as Scarlet. Big enough to be a threat. Scarlet is certainly keeping an eye on him. But not because she's scared. When the small fish flee, they're out of his reach. Not Scarlet's, though. He needs to call in the octopus cavalry and changes his body color from patterned to pale. It's the beginning of a signal Scarlet's been waiting for. Because this trout is now her hunting buddy. Scarlet watches as he shows her where to look. Then begins a sweep search. When she's in the right place, the trout returns to his normal pattern. They appear to be using their bodies to talk to each other.
One really fundamental component of human language is a thing called referential signaling. My little girl, she's 1 year old, and she's already started pointing to certain things, and so I can deduce that she might want a drink if she points to my water bottle. But of course, a fish doesn't have a hand to point, so they do a headstand. Here we have really unique communication occurring between different species.
Scarlet gets help finding food. If she misses, more for the trout. It's teamwork. It's given Alex an idea for an impromptu experiment.
Science often starts with an idea, even if they're crazy ideas. After witnessing the octopus hunting with the fish, I decided to try something.
Today, Scarlet is hunting alone.
I follow her around and wait until she flushes out crustaceans from the coral rubble. I can see that she misses a few crabs here and there. I start pointing towards them.
And to my surprise, she responded. She had an understanding of what I was trying to communicate to her.
Scarlet is quick to catch the prey Alex has shown her.
Maybe she preferred me as a hunting partner. I was playing the role of the fish, but I wasn't taking any of her catch. It felt weird and wonderful to be having this interaction with Scarlett. Here we are, separated by over 550 million years of evolution, but we're having a conversation. It just felt like magic.
The more time we spend in the water with octopuses, the more they surprise us. Every remarkable new discovery, breaking down our beliefs about what they could or should do. Far from being lifelong loners, they can be social animals, but ones that use their skills selectively to get ahead. From octopus moms doing the best for their babies, to cross-species partnerships, even with us, as long as it suits them. What more secrets are yet to be revealed? Only time will tell. When National Geographic explorer Dr. Alex Schnell first went looking for a day octopus, she couldn't have imagined the journey she'd begun, or the friend she would make.
So this is pretty amazing. It's really fascinated by you.
As fascinated by me as I am by her.
But what do you think it is? You think it's the eyes that it recognizes a thinking being?
I feel like they're driven by so much curiosity.
Yeah. No, you can really sense her curiosity about you.
Day octopus are normally timid, but this one seemed to welcome Alex into her world.
I think it's amazing how quickly she discarded the idea that you might be threatening. Curiosity outweighed the danger signals.
Yeah.
A bigger creature, unfamiliar, could be anything, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And she initiates
Yeah.
the touch, which is really important.
Alex never dreamt that an animal so alien, so different, would reach out to her.
How could she have any basis for that? There wouldn't have been any kind of innate memory of that?
I ask myself that question all the time.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in that brain.
Yeah.
The time spent with Scarlett was further proof of just how intelligent octopus are. They learn fast, because they have to.
They don't have anyone to learn from. They don't live with brothers or
Right.
sisters.
It's not culturally passed down, taught by parents or, yeah.
No, and I think everything is learnt from their environment.
Yeah. Don't their brains develop very rapidly compared to, say, ours, just physiologically?
Yeah, so it's life in the fast lane. The stakes are high. They don't have anyone to protect them.
Right.
So they have to learn really quickly.
Yeah, and they don't have any natural protection like shell, teeth, claws, anything like that. So they can hide, they can plan, they can watch, they can strategize.
Exactly. Their mind is their weapon.
Yeah. They're kind of scientists. You know, like the way kids are scientists. Kids just want to know how things work, right? So they're these young, curious minds that are figuring out a theory of how their world works around them.
Yeah, it's a completely alternative pathway to intelligence. And that's what draws me to studying these animals. And these guys are just breaking all of the rules.
With their remarkable intelligence and curiosity, octopuses overcome almost any obstacle their habitat throws at them. Problem-solving masterminds that never switch off.
She's out. She's sleeping.
She's sleeping, yeah.
Octopus snoring.
It's really interesting because she goes through quite a still sleep cycle here, but then she'll have a moment where she starts to move quite a bit. This is what we call an active phase of sleep.
Yeah, like REM sleep.
Absolutely. Yeah. And what happens when humans have an active phase of sleep is we dream.
Right.
And so it might mean that she's also dreaming.
Yeah. Oh, she's dreaming. Trust me. Come on, look. I mean, it's like a dog's paws, you know, when they're chasing rabbits and they're
Absolutely.
Because we don't know dogs are dreaming, but we know dogs are dreaming. We know it. Well, dreams are really important to me. I mean, I do a lot of my creative work, I think, in dreams, you know. I mean, I always said it's my own private streaming channel. It's free. But, you know, Avatar was based on dream imagery. Terminator was based on dream imagery. Scenes in Aliens were based on dream imagery. Seems pretty obvious she's dreaming to me. Now, what's she dreaming about? That we can't answer.
That we can't answer. You'll notice during the active phase, she's twitching and also changing colour.
She's doing it right now. Yeah.
That could mean that she's processing memory.
Yeah. So that could be experience, could be location, could be building, you know, some kind of geographic map.
Exactly.
Memory map.
Building a mental map of her habitat, which could save her life in a future encounter. Even looking at their behaviours and the way that their skin changes, that in itself is a window into their mind. While we can't talk to them, their skin tell the stories.
It does tell a story.
If octopuses do dream, it is one of many secrets that scientists have yet to discover. The more time we spend in their world, the more we learn about the intelligent ways they survive. Just 10 years ago, a large gathering of Dorado females was discovered 10,000 feet deep.
So this is more your territory.
Well, I've seen these guys plenty of times, but I haven't seen this kind of aggregating behavior where you see a bunch of them in one place. They're usually solo acts.
Out of the 300 species of octopus, most of them are loners.
Right.
But you have a handful of species where you will see them aggregate into these small communities. They've come together here collectively to take advantage of the hot water that's seeping out of the vents.
Right. And you're thinking that the warmth of that hydrothermal flow, that warm water coming up, is causing the eggs to develop faster.
Yeah.
Like a bird keeping its eggs warm.
Exactly.
Right?
Otherwise it would just take too long. We don't even have a name for an octopus group.
Well, what would you call it? A flock of octopuses. Flocktopus.
Octopus.
What's amazing, every time you go into the deep ocean, you're always finding out something new.
So how deep have you gone then?
Well, I've gone a lot deeper than this, actually to the deepest place in the world. But once you get down below, 500 or 1,000 feet, it's all pitch black all the way down. And I think we're at, what, 10,000?
10,000.
10,000 feet here. Yeah, so it's pitch black all day, every day, you know, and cold.
But I've heard that you have also seen a Dumbo octopus.
Oh, the Dumbos are beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. And they have their little head fins, their little cephalic fins. They look like Dumbo ears, but they're really fins.
Yeah.
I don't think any other species have fins like that on their head, but they're gorgeous. They're translucent and they have a kind of an iridescent quality. They're really quite beautiful.
Do you draw creative inspiration from these explorations?
Absolutely. I've got some characters in an upcoming Avatar film that are inspired by some of the deep creatures, deep cephalopods.
Oh, excellent.
I can't say anything more about that right now. I mean, not only are these like particularly alien-looking octopus, but I think all octopuses are kind of alien.
I think that's what draws us to them, because we, as humans, are so fascinated by the unknown and by the alien. And here we have a very alien-like creature, but then we can resonate with them as well. They show these familiar traits that we can really connect to.
I mean, the ocean still has so much to teach us, even in the places we think we know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's so much to learn still. We've got a whole different alien world down there.
That's right.